Hey guys, welcome back to Black Rose. Now we're gonna if I can talk right, we're gonna go to our doom and hopefully not die too quickly.
There are a lot of strange things I've seen around this place. For instance, the fireplace that isn't even a real fireplace. It's some kind of ladder shaft, but there's a tough metal grate fastened over it that appears to be controlled electronically, most likely by the lockdown system. I'm assuming the shaft leads down to the basement, but it must have been sealed off because it's not accessible from anywhere down there. Another thing I've started wondering about is a metal handle that's been sitting on Michael's desk for about a month now. I asked about it once out of curiosity, but he avoided giving me a direct answer. He told me it broke off of something. I had already assumed this, seeing as it's covered in dirt and rusted around the edges where it had clearly been attached to something for a very long time. Perhaps the biggest mystery I've encountered here is the place Myrtle always went for privacy. She was often depressed, so she was always going into the downstairs hall on her way to wherever it was she went to be alone. However, she seemed to vanish. The only place she could have gone from that hallway is down into the basement, but I went down there one day to ask her something and I couldn't find her. I'm wondering if there's a secret room somewhere down there. After all, I did learn from Michael that this building is from the 1600s, long before it was ever a funeral home. Buildings as old as this one sometimes have quite a few secret areas.
Well, ain't that fascinating? I wouldn't like living in an old house though. There's just way too many things that have happened in old houses, which is the exact thing that's happening now. All these like shut up, kid.
They still haven't buried them. Sullivan has been lying in his coffin now for 2 days, and Myrtle for 3. Because Conrad refused to touch Myrtle's coffin after her funeral, it had to be put aside so Sullivan could have his. Conrad still simply doesn't want to have anything to do with the burial of either of them, even if all he's doing is preparing a future grave without actually touching the coffins. I'm starting to wonder if he had some type of unpleasant encounter with Myrtle and Sullivan's coffins, or he heard some absurd rumor about their corpses. What's sad is that Myrtle and Sullivan don't have relatives who care enough about their burials to actually do something about this. Michael was embarrassed to have to tell all the relatives and friends that the actual burials couldn't be held yet. Even so, none of them objected. Maybe they just didn't see a point in doing so, considering the person they would be doing it for is already gone. I don't know.
Oh goodness.
As far as feeling nervous around coffins, I do get a strange vibe now in the visitation room. The atmosphere in there is starting to feel different. The air feels heavier, a little bit oppressive even. It seems to be more noticeable today than it was yesterday. I'm not quite sure if I believe in ghosts or not, but it seems to fit what I've heard before about locations having uncomfortable negative energy due to evil or extremely upset spirits. Maybe it's just normal stuffy air. There aren't any windows in there, and it is the middle of summer.
I wonder. Oh goodness, it's too dark. And again, you couldn't explore this place when lights were actually around. Are you still dumb? You are still dumb. You dumb door. Oh. Note.
It turns out that Devin got into the morgue by stealing Sullivan's key card from the office. Mrs. Raines had been in there and forgot to lock it when she left. Nobody knows exactly how the kid figured out the passcode, but considering what a flake his mother is, that's probably just something else she inadvertently compromised. They're burying Sullivan with a few of his belongings from the funeral home. I guess because he had worked here for so long and was so loyal to his job. Michael revealed that one of those belongings is Sullivan's key card. Of course, they would need to deactivate it from the system to avoid any breaches in the chance that it was stolen, but Then again, Mrs. Raines would be the one who would do that. I discovered earlier today that Devin had stolen the system lock override key as well and hidden it somewhere in the building. This has got to be the most troublesome, ill-behaved kid I have ever encountered.
Devin sounds like a little shit. Boop, 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 boop. Nothing. Move, dude. Move. Ooh, reading. Yeah, let's read. Grief-stricken man killed by a train after blinding himself. Oh, that sounds great. 57-year-old Sullivan James, one of two funeral directors at the Chanmeyer Hills Funeral Home, was killed Monday after he tripped and fell into the tracks of an oncoming train. Oh, great. According to his co-workers at the funeral home, James had slipped into a state of grief-stricken hysteria just minutes earlier, after experiencing an emotional breakdown over the death of a childhood friend and co-worker, Myrtle Warnsworth, who had been suffering from a severe brain tumor which doctors had deemed inoperable. Miss Warnsworth passed away 9 days after the end of her predicted death date. James, devastated, apparently gouged out his own eyes, oh my goodness, using a scalpel from the funeral's home preparation room. Oh man, and managed to scramble out a nearby window. Miles Treadman, an embalmer at Chanmeyer Hills Funeral Home and a short-time co-worker of Mr. James, had begun to chase after the frenzied man through the field behind the building, but was not able to catch him before he reached a nearby segment of railroad tracks and tripped, falling down on top of them. Treadman and a few other eyewitnesses reported that James made no attempt to get up as the train quickly rolled in home. Oh man. Grief-stricken Sullivan James was killed on impact, the fast-moving train hitting him with such force that he was severed into 3 pieces. It has been speculated by those who knew the man that his fatal episode was driven by guilt for not treating his longtime friend how he believed he should have. This double tragedy at the Chanmeyer funeral. This double tragedy at the Chanmeyer Hills Funeral Home has sparked a great deal of public interest in the site and has become an attraction for loitering and vandalism among young people. In the 3 days that have passed since the incident, 3 arrests have already been made. They never buried either of them. Both are still here. Sullivan and Myrtle as children. They are creepy even then. Oh, great. There's something written on the back. They say that if you take his rose, he wakes up. That's the only way his coffin will open. I heard that he also tears you into 3 pieces as he catches you. Well, that's just great and dandy. Thank you for telling me that. Ooh, something's under the table. I don't want to look under. Devin, you little shit. They won't find it, ever. Screw you, Devin. I'm gonna find whatever you just hid. There's a key here. It's labeled... Okay. Oh, freaking dandy. Devin? Was that his name? Devin? Or Denver? Something like that. I don't like your face. You're a little crud.
All those attending the funeral service for Sullivan James, please gather in the visitation room.
I don't want to. James doesn't seem very nice. Like, he just doesn't seem like one of those people I'd hang out with. You know what those look like? Those totally look like the ghosts from the movie Ghost. You know, the weird ones, as low quality as they are, they're still really good looking ghosts. Yeah. Oh, that's just great and dandy, ain't it? Well, guys, we're gonna die. We're gonna die today. Oh. Okay, do it! Okay, I'm gonna adjust my headset here. That way I don't freak out too much, because if I freak out, I swear to you guys, I will refuse to play. So, just letting you know. Oh, freak. Oh, freak. Oh, freak. Oh, ain't this just beautiful? Look at the darkness. It's so beautiful, so amazing. Just look at the pretty pictures. Look at the pretty freaking pictures. That's so beautiful. That's art. Mwah, art. Oh, look at he's having a snack. He's so happy to have that snack. I don't know what this is. That looks weird. No more pretty pictures, I guess. Dare you, double dare you. Screw you, Devin. I don't want to take it. Oh, I don't want to take it. I don't. Oh, freak. I'm not a guy. I'm a chicken. I like happy games. I like having peace. There's a black origami rose lying on top of the coffin. Take it? I don't want to. This game is scary. And no one's even home, so I can't complain to anyone and it's scary. I'm all alone, except my dogs, but they won't do any good because they're just as much as chickens as I am. Oh, come on, Dave, run, just run. Screw you, James. Screw effing you. James, get your butt back in that coffin where you belong. You are grounded. When I get a shovel, you're grounded.
Sullivan James was blind as a bat.
I don't care.
Sullivan James fell down flat.
I still don't care.
Sullivan James is withered and blue. Sullivan James is coming for you.
Your poem sucks. It's not a very nice poem. I don't like it. Oh, freak. James? No, James, get your butt back in your coffin where you belong. Get your butt back in your coffin. James. Oh man, I'm scared. Oh man. Get away, James. Oh, I'm scared, guys. Oh, my heart is just like beating so freaking fast. Oh, I'm shaking. Oh, freak, I hate this. James. I'm sorry, James. Freak, I'm dead. That is not a good feeling. I have never felt that tense ever in my life. I do not want to repeat that. Holy jeez. My poor little heart. Oh, my legs. They feel like I've been running and haven't even run. This weird. It's so weird. Why couldn't I open the door? That's so lame.